So next we are going to see defining Six Sigma. Sigma is the standard deviation in any real data. So what is sigma? You understood. Sigma is the standard deviation. That is a sample variation that is happening from the process mean. And this one will be collecting from the sample. Okay. Now, Six Sigma is a total variation that occurs in any process. So what is Six Sigma? Since sigma is a sample variation, we are collected from a sample of from a not from the population, from the sample. Therefore, that will become 6 times the sigma. Therefore, 6 sigma is the total variation that occurs in any process. Now, the sample standard deviation multiplies with 6 in the production and becomes 6 sigma. Now you understood what is the concept of 6 sigma, why the title as 6 sigma. 6 sigma is a total predicted or nearby real variation that happens in the long term or in the population. Hence, controlling the process for 6 sigma variation gives us only 3.4 defects per million or 99.999 percentage yield in any production system. So what is the meaning of this? Hence, controlling the process for Six Sigma variation gives us only 3.4 defects per million or 99.99% yield in any production system. So the meaning of the sentence is, say example, your dimension is 4 plus or minus 1 mm. Okay. So what is the total tolerance given for you? It is 2 mm, right? So say in production, if my sigma sample sigma is 10 micron, what I'll assume? I'll assume Six Sigma variation, right? Six Sigma. Six Sigma will be 60 micron. Now, if you divide the 60 micron, that is 0.6, 0.06, the total given tolerance, how much we will get? So, we will get 2 divided by 0.06, 33. 33 will get. Okay. So, what is this 33? That means your Six Sigma variation, it is this Six Sigma variation can divide the given tolerance or the numerator 33 times. 33 times you are better. Or in the sense, in other words, we can tell if you consider the total variation as 2 mm, this is a given tolerance. In that, equally you are making 33 slots. Example, this 2 mm is divided into 33 slot. Only one you are consuming. Only how much we can say 0.06 divided by 2 into 100. Only 3 percentage you are consuming. Only 3% of the tolerance you are consuming. So this we call a wonderful process. If in this variation, if you run, you will yield to 99 percentage. Okay, and if this lesser variation, if you run in the production, only you will produce 3.4 defects per million. So this is what it means. So here we are assuming Six Sigma variation. See, my actual standard deviation is 10 micron, but I am assuming it as 60 micron. It will become 6 sigma. So for 6 sigma variation, when you divide the given tolerance, therefore if the ratio is more than 2 or 3, that means you are 2 3 times you are better and the yield will be maximum. Now, for example, dimension 4 plus or minus 1 mm. So there will be they consider from 100 sample they checked, just the data is given shorter data, and one part they have found out of spec. So 1 percentage defect. So why 6 is not okay? Because 4 plus or minus 1 mm, 5 is a maximum they can produce. So let us see. In this example, 1 percentage of the parts are oversized by 1 mm. Correct. Therefore, for 1 million, 10,000 parts will be the defect opportunity. So the defect opportunity, defect or defective. We can say defect right now. Defective will clarify in the coming chapters. Then you'll understand what when you have to take defect and when you have to take defective. Okay, so now 1% like from 100 samples of the data we have found one part is not okay, so we say in production, sorry, for per million it will become 10,000 parts. For 100, if one part is not okay, for million 10 lakh it will become 10,000 parts, 10k. Okay, that is what it's telling. Hence the sigma level will be 3.8. For this they given a sigma level 3.8. This will see the sigma chart, and achieving the sixth level will leads to 99% yield and only 3.4 defects per million. So this is what we are discussed. That means achieving 99% is the goal. Therefore we need to achieve only 3.4 defects per million. That means even the rejection, that is for the attribute data, the rejection shall be very 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 less. So we need to control all the process variation as well as the input variation. Therefore we can get the maximum consistency. The consistency will lead to the good yield or very good consistency of the dimension or yield of the defects. So fine. So if you have any doubts while attending the training videos in the YouTube, so please mention the slide number and you can say what is the doubt regarding that after completing the course. So now calculating cost for the defect below. Now they made an example. These are the different cases we have. Okay, let us see what is case one. So total part shipped per year. Per year they are shipping this many parts. Okay, 10 lakh parts they are shipping. This is a fixed quantity per year. Total defect parts. Defect parts, as of now, defect you assume it is not okay. Okay, that particular defect is not okay. So 10,000 parts they are rejected. Correct. So per year they're shipping totally adding cumulative of from Jan to December or the financial year, 10 lakh parts they are shipping every year. In that in that 10,000 parts it is scrap, it is a defect. For one part it is around 20 rupees cost per defect. Like considering the material cost, processing cost, all the operating costs that we added, 20 rupees we are spending on the one part. So we are considering for one part if get rejected is 20 rupees. Then total cost lost to the business because of this, how much has lost? Around 2 lakhs. Around 2 lakhs rupees has been lost for the company per year because we have taken the total quantity. Therefore, we can say sigma level 3.8. How they are calculated? Total, this is the quantity and this is the total quantity and this is the defect, total quantity of the defect. They'll divide it, they'll get the percentage. Then if it is percent, it is so on. So then what is for the million? Based on that, there is a sigma level. So this is a standard chart based on the calculation we can get. Now in this case, we have found 10,000. See, this is what I have taken standard. Not already we have taken the standard as 10 lakh. It is per million only. It is million only. So 10,000. This is for million also. Million for the million. It is the chart. Now 10,000. Where is 10,000 here? So you can take around. It will not be exact. It is take. It's around 3.8 sigma level. So what are the sigma level? Since in Six Sigma we are doing for million parts per million or DPMO. Parts per million also we can say defect per million opportunity. We can say now defect per million. What is defect per million opportunities or what is parts per million? As of now, consider both are same because when you take defect per million opportunities, there is a drawback. You're assuming the extra defects that is not going to generate. So as of now, we can say we are going to consider only one defect. Work on the process. That's what is a single defect. Therefore, it is nothing but ppm or it is a dpm or defect per million opportunity. Now for 10,000, it is around 3.8. This is a sigma level. So what are the sigma level means? 10 lakh is a standard. 10 lakh is the standard value. This 10 lakh, they are divided uniformly from 0 to 6 level sigma, 6 sigma level. Okay, based on the defect. If you achieve this many and it is a this is a sigma level, so in that case they are done it. See example here, it's 9.9 lakh 34,000. If you achieve 9 lakh 34 parts defect parts, then what is sigma level? It is 0. So based on this, they divided uniformly to 0 to 6 level. Now for 10,000 parts, it's 3.8. So the goal is to reach at least 4 or 5. So that only will get 230 parts not okay out of 10 lakh. So based on it, they have plotted the sigma level. Now sigma level is very very less. Therefore, they are getting how much? 2 lakhs loss for the company because of scrapping these 10,000 parts. They are not able to make it okay. Now coming to case 2. Case 2, see the quantity we have fixed here, all the cases 10 lakh. Then they produce only 5,000 defects and 20 is the cost. Then it's around 1 lakh. 1 lakh is the value that your that company is getting lost because of the scrapping the defect parts. Okay, so now based on this data the sigma level will be 4, and coming to case 3, only 2,500 they scrapped. Sigma level is 4.3, 50,000. See, from when you do improvement from 3.8 to 4 sigma level, 1 lakh savings is happening. From 4 to 4.3, 50,000 rupees savings is happening. From 4.3 to 4.8, 10,000 rupees savings happening because only 500 rejection is there. So the more we improve the more we deeply improve the process, but we can see the improvements only the sigma level. It's in the decimal, very very the digital only we can see, but the cost effective will be very high. So in the same way, if you see all the example, now your food is only 50 parts for 10 lakh, then your sigma level is 5.4. If you want to achieve sixth level, only 60 rupees will be lost for the company out of 10 lakh part shipment. Okay, and you'll be producing only 3 parts or around 3 parts defect per 10 lakh, and this is all the company are working to achieve sixth level in their rejections, and it's very very important. So maximum we can work to make it 4 to 4.3 because lot of improvements are needed to make it from 4 to 4.3. So this is an example of sigma level towards the cost saving, and this is a standard chart for Six Sigma conversion table for the parts per million or defects per million opportunity. Okay, so next we'll see common Six Sigma principles.